Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here right now with Susan Flerchinger. And we are in the Vibrant Entrepreneurs Gathering, which I do. I host the second Monday of the month. This time it's 4 to 5:30, and you can come and try your first time free anytime. And you can also join the Vibrant Entrepreneurs Circle and come every time. And I've invited Susan to be our guest speaker today. Um, and so we're going to get to hear from her. So, Susan, I'm not going to introduce you. I would like you to introduce yourself to everybody who's listening. I know you did it to our group, but tell us, what do you want to tell everybody who's listening about you? What do you do?
So I now call myself a vibrant energy engineer. We are all vibrational, energetic beings, and we all have life that goes on, stuff that stops us from being who we want to be, what we want to do. And we have control of that. And we can notice what we notice when those things come up that make us feel low. We can notice that when we get shifted off our happy, joyful selves. We can notice just everything about what goes on in our lives, and we have control about switching that up if we want. And so, what I do, where I'm kind of heading towards right now, is helping literally, ambitious entrepreneurs. They know that they're here for something greater. They know that they're called to do big things, and sometimes they get stuck and they can't pursue what they want to pursue. And so my joy is helping overcome those things. If it's pain, there's a lot of areas where pain really does talk to us, and it stops you from doing, working on your business, working, helping other people, because that pain just really stops you from being who you want to be. And so, energetically, through energy medicine, medical intuitive training, angel help, I really help get over those hurdles so that you can be flowing in what you want to do and how you want to do it and who you want to be in that life. And so, yeah, and again, a lot of that we do have control of. We have control how we set up our day, the thoughts we have. If we don't like the thoughts we have, we can switch them. Literally, we can change what we do and think and act and feel on a moment's notice, by knowing that you are in control of your energetic being.
I love that. I love it, Susan, and I'm grateful for what you're doing for folks because it's important. And if we don't clear through the stuff that stops us and we let it stop us, then we can't show up for others in the way that we're here to show up. We can't speak up. So thank you for all you're doing for especially my favorite people, the women coaches, healers, and on purpose solopreneurs and small business owners who work with you. So I know I'm going to ask you another question, but before we move on, since there are people here in the Vibrant Entrepreneurs Gathering, as well as possibly watching us on Facebook Live, if someone just heard you say all that and they're like, I think I need you, where should they go and what should they do?
So I do have a website. It's my name. You can go to susanflirtinger.com. Now, since it's hard to spell and say, I've created a link that's as formed to soar, because we were all created to soar in a life that truly is extraordinary. And we were created in that. We were given gifts. We were given just a life that is meant to soar. So
That's
I have
beautiful.
created a formed to soar dot
Is that
com. F
F-O-R-M?
FORMED, to soar.
Forms to soar. Okay.
SOUR. SOAR.
Formtosoar.com. I'm sorry.
And so that's an access point, and it's
Perfect.
easy to find me.
Well, so Susan, I invited you to think about what you wanted to share with us. Was there anything in particular that you thought about that you planned on telling us about or sharing with us?
Well, part of it was, what I said earlier. We all have choice in what we do and feel and act and take action on in a day. And even though it might seem like, okay, God, I've got this going on and this going on and this thing around me, we can still choose how we want to respond. And so that was one of the things I want to say is we have a routine that we can choose to do throughout the day or in a day. And I use certain things that I do each day to really set me up to have a day that I love. And so part of these are just little tips about, you know, how to be in control when it doesn't seem like maybe you're in control. And one of them is literally, it's a question before I get out of bed, because I think, you know, others have talked about, it's like, you know, the day gets ahead of you and you realize that you didn't do anything to, you know, consciously set it up. So before I even get out of bed, I just say, you know, you know, how can this day be better than I could have ever imagined? Now that's very open-ended, but it literally puts a forward motion in creating a day that was better than I could ever imagine. Sometimes I'll put, you know, how can I have more fun today? If there was something going on and it just was, I was bogged down and busy, I'll just, you know, how can I have more fun today? And so that practice really does lift me up and puts me in a direction that's going that way.
Wow, that I love this. I love this. Before you even get out of bed, how can this
Mhm.
day be even better than I could have ever imagined? And or how could I have more fun today? I mean, either one of those questions or something similar to help us open up to the energy, the feeling
Yes.
we want to
Mhm.
experience or better.
Yes.
That I think I'm going to steal it because you're sharing it with us.
Do.
So it's not
Please
really
do. Please
stealing it
do.
because I mean, I often will say it's something to the effect of, I love my life, stuff like that. But I don't ask
Mhm.
myself questions in the morning that open to
Yes.
possibility. Carrie is stealing it too. It's really good. Okay. So yes, we can be intentional.
Mm.
Was there another practice you want to share with us today? I just want to, see we've got a few more minutes.
Yep. So two pieces. Again, gratitude we know changes the energy of everything. So, you know, throughout the day or just in morning or night, wherever, just being really intentionally grateful for something that happened that day or for a person in your life or something that you did. So, you know, bringing it into right when it happened or near the time when it happened and just, you know, being really grateful for that. The other thing I do is I literally take, it's not long, you know, 5 minutes, and I talk to God, like literal conversation, and to just say, you know, celebrate things that happen to me, or say, you know, I'm struggling with this. Give me some insight. Um, and so I'll have that really literal conversation. And oftentimes I'm one that works with angels a lot. And angels, you have to ask them for help for them to intervene. And so there's a number that I just work with, and including I call in some to say, okay, I'm traveling. I had a month-long trip in Europe, so I was traveling, and I said, okay, I need some extra helpers that are with me the whole time of this trip to make it fabulous. And I have to say, it was definitely more fabulous than I could ever imagine. The travel things went smoothly. I got a letter on the airplane that said, or a note that said, "We appreciate you being here. We want you to have a fantastic trip. Let us know if you need anything." A handwritten note on the seat of my airplane, and it was like, that stuff doesn't happen, but I put it out there to have the most amazing experience and ask for this help. So it truly does work, and it really can change the day more than you ever imagined. But I'm hiring and calling on angels all the time to just make things go fabulously. So
Wow.
um
Wow.
and then last real
Thank,
quick, I would just say really consciously being aware of my energy around me. So who I'm spending time with, what I'm taking into my body, you know, even, you know, what I'm listening to, what you're drinking, what you're eating, and have clearing the stuff that doesn't playing. You know, clearing the stuff that doesn't support me and that brings me down, and filling it in with stuff that lifts me up is a daily practice. because we live, we're not isolated. We live in a world, and some stuff supports us and some stuff doesn't. So it really is part of my work that I've learned is just cleaning and cleansing and purifying your system so that you can be the best version of you.
Mhm. Thank you, Susan. Yay. Woo. I'm
Thank
clapping
you.
for you. So is everybody in the gathering. And folks,
Appreciate it.
if you're watching this on Facebook Live, whether it's live or the replay, just give a little heart for Susan. And
Oh,
Susan, I'm going to invite you to go over to the Vibrant Entrepreneurs Circle Facebook group and make sure you put your link in the comments so people can get it easily. But I'll say it one more time. Formedtosoar.com. That's form with an S, formedtosoar.com. So beautiful, beautiful metaphor. And yeah,
thank
wonderful.
you.
All right. Thank you, Susan. Okay.
Thank
So
you all. Thank you for your time. Have a fabulous day.